Hey, friends, family, and followers, it's your geeky girlfriend again, and today I'm going to be reviewing 5 Feet Apart. This is honestly a book that I just finished reading right around Christmas or a little bit, couple days after Christmas of 2020, and I could not put this down. This is the fastest book I've read in a really, really long time. Disclaimer, I have not seen the movie, intend to watch the movie and do a movie review in my Real Talk series on this channel. So look out for that in the coming weeks because I have not watched the movie yet. However, I wanted to read the book first. And as always, I'll just go ahead and start with the cover art and what's on the front and the back. I picked this book up actually at Half Price Books, which is a popular retailer here in Ohio. They have stores all over the country as well. So if you're interested, Google a location near you. We have several in the Columbus area. So my husband and I are always looking at the clearance books, and this is where I happened to find that one. Really good shape. That is something to know about me and my channel is that almost all of my books do come from secondhand, half price books, Goodwill. Just like my clothes shopping, I'm a big thrift store shopper for books and movies and games as well. So a lot of what you'll see in this channel is secondhand stores or half price books, gently used. And that's what this one was. And you can see it's in really good shape. So I got it for I think $3 or $4. Excuse me, and it is written by Rachel Lippen Lippincott with Mickey Daughtry and Tobias Iaconis. So it's got like 3 different authors. I think they all had a hand in writing it. It describes it a little bit more in the acknowledgments and in the back flap. So looking at the cover art, right away, you can see the 2 people. You can see a very descriptive art of some lungs. So that's kind of a good way to tell you what this story is about. And what better time to read this book than in 2020 with the pandemic in the book? They are compromised individuals and have to stay 5 feet apart. So it was kind of relevant to read it during 2020 when all of us also had to keep our distance and stay apart, wear masks, hand sanitize, that sort of thing. On the back, you can see a quote from the book. So that kind of just gives you an idea. In the front cover, the quote that catches your eye right away is, "Can you love someone you can never touch?" And then it gives like a short description, short synopsis. Without the sleeve, just a plain navy blue hardback cover with the title on the side. I always like to look at what the books look like without the sleeves because I'm honestly not a huge fan of book sleeves. I know they protect the binding, but I usually take them off when I'm reading. Anyway, this book I could not put down. This is a phenomenal book. Great story. You are just glued to the edge of your seat. You just want these 2 people to be together, despite it is a very Romeo and Juliet situation. You want them to be together, but they can't. And you just, as a reader, you just really want them to both have a happy ending and get some closure for them. And without giving anything away, I can say that that does happen in this book. The very, very end gives you a little bit of that closure, and everybody kind of gets their happy ending. Everybody gets what they want, and we always love a good book that does that. So I really don't have too much to say about what I don't like about this book. I really enjoyed reading it. Couldn't put it down. It was a really fast read. It is definitely appropriate for high school, upper middle school, maybe, but just note that there is some language. I'm pretty sure the F word is dropped a couple of times, as well as a slur of other expletives. So if that's something that you don't want your children to read, completely understandable. Wait till they are in high school for this one, or 18 and in college, and whatever you feel about that. But there is some, it's not a lot. There's just a few smatterings of curse words throughout the book. So that would probably be my one critique, is that it's not suitable for all readers, especially if you don't want your reader being exposed to that language and text. But other than that, the story is great. It's a great love story for all ages. Great ending, climax. I did not cry while I was reading it, but I was really, really close. So I bet when I watch the movie, I will cry because visual usually is a lot worse for people. But so I did not cry. I was very, very close. Some people probably will cry in this one. So just a really good feel good book, and kind of gives a different perspective on the importance of everything that we're doing during the COVID-19 pandemic. And it just gives the perspective of somebody who is compromised. And so if you want that perspective, I would highly recommend this one. It is 5 Feet Apart, written by Rachel Lippincott, Mickey Daugherty, and Tobias Iancanis. And again, you can find this at any major retailer. I picked this up from a secondhand, half-price books, but Walmart, Target, this is a pretty popular one. It might have a different cover since it was made into a movie. And go ahead and check out the movie and let me know your thoughts on it. I will be watching it hopefully here soon, and we'll get a movie review of it in the coming weeks. So look out for that, and I hope that you can pick this book up and add it to your collection. My rating of this book as an adult reader was a 9 out of 10. I couldn't stop reading it. I loved the story. I loved everything about it. As a parent or an educator looking to recommend this for younger readers, I would probably say I would still give it an 8 out of 10 just with the warning of the language. So it's really good for all ages. I do think if you're okay with mild language, then it would be acceptable for a middle, like a high middle schooler, 8th or 9th grade, and a high schooler to read, most definitely. Just watch out for those language, the smattering of curse words that's in it. There are also some sexual references and innuendos. So they talk about having sex and making love and things. So if that's not something that you approve of for your reader, then probably wait on this one. But as an adult reading it, it was a very, very good book, and I would highly recommend. 9 out of 10, 5 Feet Apart. And I hope you go and add this one to your collection. And I'll see you guys in the next video. XOXO.